What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, Litecoin, XRP, and DigiByte. We may potentially throw in some Omisegos. We just freestyle a little bit here today, guys. Appreciate all the prayers from yesterday for my dad and everything that's going on. You guys have just been overwhelming, and I plan to get back to the comments as soon as possible. I just got a lot going on here over the weekend. But first of all, guys, I want to point out on the chart for Bitcoin, I know it's tough. People are itching, people are scratching, people don't know what to do with themselves with this sideways action for Bitcoin. And this truly is the time where you have to sit back, you have to strategize, and you have to have a plan. That's all you can do if you're just trading Bitcoin. That's the only thing that you can do, is be patient right now, because this is a coin flip. What's happening right now, we've kept this in our symmetrical triangle. We're basically almost making it out of the apex. We're just consolidating sideways, and look how tight these candles have been day after day. And every time when these candles get so tight, if we go back all the way to the descending triangle that we had, take a look at how tight these candles got, and we moved sideways for so long, and then we had a massive dump. I'm sure everyone remembers that, and that was from about $6,000 all the way down to about $3,000. But that was after moving sideways for so long, and that's what's happening now. I'm not saying it's going to dump, because it could go either way. Whenever things consolidate for this long sideways and the candles are this tight, it's going to be determined by the whale. Do you see this massive volume that came in and pushed the market to the downside, then heavier volume? What we're looking for is to see if that will be an upside push similar to this, where all of a sudden, Bitcoin can make it up to $14,000 when we blow through 10,500 in some different areas as well. But it's still just a coin flip. If you jump in with Bitcoin right now as we're moving sideways like we have been, it's just a guessing game. That's the best thing that I can tell you. I mean, even look at this RSI right now, how neutral it is. We're sitting at 46. Our momentum's starting to move down a little bit here. If we take a look at TradingView, I want to point some things out to you. On the technicals, we have a 13 sell, 9 neutral, and a 6 buy there. Oscillators very neutral, 8 neutral, 2 sell, 1 buy is what we're looking at. Volume is continuously diminishing. You can see the candles getting so tight. Guys, the break's going to come, and when it comes, it's going to be ferocious. Just be ready. I don't know when it's going to come. I would have thought it'd been about a week ago with how tight the candles have been. I haven't seen Bitcoin this tight in such a long time. So it really is getting to that decision point, and I think the people who are patient are the ones who are going to be rewarded. So that's Bitcoin. You get some from this, guys. You've learned something from all the stuff we talk about. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it with your friends. Want to try to put the realest information I can out there for you. So next we're going to get into Ethereum. Ethereum's at 234. We lost the 50 moving average and the 30 EMA the other day. We are now trading below that. And that's an area, guys, we want to get back up above that, because we don't want these moving averages to start trapping us and acting as overhead resistance. That's where we can get in trouble. Okay, so if this was the area where we stopped here, though, it would still be a higher low, and that would be the bull stepping in, but the volume's been low. This is a spot, guys, we have to get over top of the 30 and the 50, and then it'd try to be up around $243, then around that 247, then ultimately that 252. We've basically been in a channel, so I wouldn't even be shocked if we came back down, tested the bottom of this again before we started moving back to the upside if we held that, and that would be at $218. If we take a look at TradingView, in the technicals, 10 sell, 9 neutral, and a 9 buy. So yet again, as neutral as it gets. Take a look at the moving averages. Oscillators, 8 neutral, 1 sell, and a 2 buy is what it's looking at right now. So yet again, a coin flip. It is a true coin flip. So after Ethereum now, next one we're going to get into is Link. This one I've not gotten back into a position. I remember I told you guys I was waiting for it to calm down or cool down. I got stopped out at 8:05, so I'm glad I did get stopped out. As we can see, we've had some more downside action here on some heavier volume. Momentum's been to the downside. RSI is cooling down. It's back to around 70 now. We're just going to have to see how bullish Link is. Is this something we're going to retrace all the way back to about $6.56, or is this going to be all the retracement we get before a next move to the top? Thing I wanted you to be careful of was the tweezer tops up here. Sometimes that can be a topping pattern. So always be aware of that, and that's stuff you want to look at, and also how far we've gapped away from this 30 EMA. This has been one heck of a move to the upside here, so we may need time to calm back down, and maybe even get back to that $6.56, or even that 30 EMA at $6.10. It'll probably depend on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin goes on a massive run here and we break out of this consolidation to the upside, then I'm sure Link could take off from where it's at right now. But yet again, if Bitcoin starts to crash, then, we could have a beautiful retracement back to where the original breakout point was at $4.83. That's how these things happen in the space. So, guys, you always have to watch Bitcoin and Ethereum. I can't overemphasize that enough. Doesn't matter a lot of times what other charts look like or the patterns they're setting up with. You could have a perfect pattern, everything's set up, Bitcoin takes a dump, your coin crashes, and it doesn't matter. So be aware of that, okay? So if that's Link, if you like me covering Link, guys, let me know down low, and we'll continue to throw that in. Next one we're going to take a look at is Litecoin. See what Litecoin's been up to, and if you're here for Litecoin, let me know down low. So for Litecoin still, guys, we're trapped below this 30 EMA in purple, and the 50 in pink. We're still below our 200 moving average, so this is a tough spot for us right now. We have been holding on the RSI as support. We've been staying up above 38, which is critical. We want to stay up above that 40. We're sitting at 46 right now. We're moving up a little bit, but this is not a lot of volume here. And we had basically almost, in the micro sense, an impulse wave to the downside, and now we're having a low volumed reaction. We want to get up above for Litecoin to try to get a higher high there at $45.50 is the area I want to see broken for Litecoin. If we take a look at the technical analysis, you can see it's in the sell side here. So this one you got to be more careful with. Litecoin's at a 17 sell, 9 neutral, 2 buy. Oscillators 2 sell, 8 neutral, 1 buy. But yet again, like we've talked about many times, Litecoin will lead the market. It'll start to break out, and then that can pull even Bitcoin up with it sometimes. So pay attention to Litecoin, guys. Don't sleep on it. When it runs extremely hard. Take a look at these moves over here. Just how many percentage, even in one day, if we just take a look. I mean, there's days that Litecoin can go 25% in a day. It's happened. So just always be aware of that, okay? So that's Litecoin. Then we'll get into XRP next. And if you're here to see XRP, let me know. So XRP, we're trading, like we said, a little bit above here. The 50 moving average, the 30 EMA, that's good. We're getting trapped between the 50 and the 200. So we're going to need to break up over top of 20 cents. We'll call it 21 cents is going to be the area we need to get up above. If we can crush 21 cents, then it'd be looking to that 0.22723. And that's going to be the bullish upside. If this here was our cooling down process and now we're putting in a higher low, we can get a nice little push to the upside. In terms of support, we want to continue to hold that 50 moving average. I don't want to go below that 0.19256. Momentum's been moving to the downside here. RSI is trying to set a higher low. The RSI is at 56. If we take a look at TradingView, we have a 3 sell, 9 neutral, and a 16 buy. A lot of that is because we're up above some of those critical moving averages that we were looking for in the short term. Time frame oscillators, 0 sell, 8 neutral, and a 3 buy is what we're looking at there. But this is still an area we're still trading below our 200 moving average. We haven't been able to trade up above that since we lost it in February 26th. So that's a big deal. If we can get up above that, that really could give us some room to run. So let's pay attention to it. But still, guys, we're in a downtrend, and we have to realize that as well. Okay? So let's go to DigiByte next. Take a look at DG. All right, so DigiByte's basically at the end of this symmetrical triangle here. We're going to have to see if we move through this, and then that would basically make this symmetrical triangle irrelevant if we start breaking out through the apex and we continue to move sideways. So this is the time. DigiByte, the volume's dropping off. This is the spot, guys. When Bitcoin moves, this could be a massive breakout to the upside or downside for DigiByte. My targets would be, if we could get out of here for DigiByte and we have a serious break to the upside, guys, I would look up around maybe even that 5 to 6 cents. I think that's how big of a move we could have out of there Now, downside action, I believe we could go down all the way and test this 200 moving average, and that would be at 0.01162, depending on Bitcoin. But what if this is one type of massive bull flag here, and DigiByte's going to have a whole nother kick to the upside? So that's something I do want to pay attention to. And what happens typically with these massive patterns like that, you'll see the volume swell for that big pull, and then it will drop off as you're in this basically symmetrical triangle here, which we still had some heavier volume, a lot of selling pressure in here, some buying pressure in here, but you can see it dropping off now. Look at the moving average dropping off. Then we'll see if we get that next kick to the upside. Okay, so those are some of the things I'm looking at for DigiByte Technical Analysis here. We're looking at an 8 sell, 9 neutral, and 11 buy. Oscillators, 1 sell, 8 neutral, 2 buy. Moving averages, 7 sell, 1 neutral, 9 buy is what we're looking at. So guys, you get something from this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're trying for those 200 likes here. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.